A while ago, I came across this video by the creator Fire Attack. It was detailing his supposed dream game's development. Now, I kept this game kinda on my radar. I was thinking that I might support a small developer. That game is called The Forge. Maybe it'd find a small niche, I thought. Holy airball!
Number 15. Could I get the number 15?
So The Forge dropped recently, and as usual, I'm late to cover it. Like, when have I ever been on time for relevant Roblox stuff? The Forge obviously blew up, so what's in it? It's an RPG/simulator type of game where the gameplay involves you getting down and dirty in the mines to collect all kinds of ores. Day's never finished. Master got me working. Someday Master set me free. Why is there fossilized poop in this mine? You take those ores to the titular forge to create armor and weapons. And this game's whole gimmick is that it's not just a one-click crafting process. You have an entire forging minigame to make armor and weapons. The quality of your gear is actually dictated by how well you do in the minigame, so there's actually skill involved in the process. As you can see, this takes inspiration from the old game Jacksmith, from back in the good old days of Flash gaming. Who am I kidding? Most of my audience is full of fetuses. They don't know what Jacksmith is. When you finish making your gear, you can either keep it to use yourself or you can sell it to earn some cash. You can then use that cash to do stuff like buy potions or upgrade your gear. You can use the gear you equip to fight monsters in the mines, and then those guys drop materials you can use to upgrade your gear even further. There's even a rune system where you can slot runes into your weapons to make them even stronger. It's a pretty simple gameplay loop, but I can see why people find this appealing. Before we continue though, just a quick bit from me. You know the deal. Like the video if you like it, dislike it if you don't. Get this video to 3,000 likes. That's been my go-to for videos lately. I don't know why. I don't have any special like goal, it's just an arbitrary number. We're trying to get to 50k subs this year. We probably won't make it, but I'd like to see how far we can get. Also, if you're on mobile, there's a chance that there's a little hype button, and that's basically a supercharged like. Pressing that would be cool. I don't know, it helps to please the algorithm and keep the lights somewhat on because I'm not very sponsor friendly. Back to the video because I completely lost focus. Now, what do I think of this game?
I mean, it's alright, like, overrated as fuck.
You know, it's unfortunate that I get a lot of mileage out of this clip. Surprisingly, an alright from me already puts this game ahead of the curve. Now, my experience goes as follows. I load into the game, you know? Oh my god, shiny new game! Turns out we got a tutorial! Oh my god! Guys, we did it! A tutorial in a Roblox game! I never thought I'd see the day. So we're given some gold and an old pickaxe by Sensei Moro, and immediately we're thrown into screen to roll for our race. Wow, this game might already be dog water. I already talked about how Roblox RPGs, especially anime games, just love to make it so that you have to roll for your starting stats before you even start the game. Every single time, I hate it! It's the devs try to get you to spend money on the game before you even left character creation, and it's so annoying. It's trying to start you off with that lingering feeling in the back of your head thinking, wow, my experience playing this game would be so much smoother had I instead bought extra rolls to gamble for the super ultra mega ding blop global race at 0.0002% rarity that gives me an extra 20% more yippee flops for my lip flapping. And it's the most OP race you can get. My first roll literally got me dead. I'm sorry, but I do not care. I'm not running around as Sans the Skeleton. Second roll gets me the Goblin race. I mean, I'm not really trying to run around with my nose clipping through my beak, so let's roll again. Goblin it is. So I'm off to mine some pebbles, and one thing I'm not really liking is how the text box just lingers for the duration of the tutorial. Like, you don't need to be there the whole time. There's a quest tracker like right there. Anyways, you mine some ore and you head back to the surface to start forging. And the way forging works is that you have to put in at least 3 ores, and the amount of ores you put in determine how likely you are to get certain types of gear. For example, if you're forging armor, using the bare minimum of 3 ores will just yield you a light helmet 100% of the time. However, by adding an ore, you have a higher chance of forging light leggings instead of a light helmet. Yeah, it's RNG, and sometimes it screws you over when you're looking for a specific armor type. I may or may not have spent a whopping 3 hours trying to upgrade my light helmet that I got at the start of the game, but that doesn't matter. Blow the flame, pour it into the mold, crack that sucker open, and start hammering away. You get percentage rating based on how well you did during the forging process, but it's a bit inconsistent. Sometimes I feel like I'm hitting every hammer strike perfectly, but I get like a 90%. But other times it's like, look, right here, I missed an entire hammer swing and I get 100! For the love of God, make it make sense! You go to equip one of the weapons and sell the other one. Know that selling weapons gives you more money than just selling the raw ores you mine. At least I think they do. They probably just spread some serious misinformation without knowing. Now you get to slice and dice in some intense combat. I mean, combat's alright, I guess. It's nothing too crazy. Like, you got your M1, you got a block, the block is basically useless, you still die in a few hits, and I think you still get stunned for some reason. You can perfectly time your block to parry attacks. It's got that Roblox jank though, but if you parry enough times, you can briefly stun enemies. The same thing also happens if you do enough damage. There's a dodge roll. I think it has iframes, but like, I never used it. That's it for combat, but the game never teaches you about combat despite the otherwise thorough tutorial. You mine some more and then you make new gear. You're then taught how to enhance your weapons, and it's just leveling up their stats with money plus the materials you get from dead monsters. The game gives you freebies because you need to upgrade enough to unlock your weapon's rune slot. One thing I will note that I don't like about enhancing is that when you're on the menu to enhance, there's a list of required materials. Nowhere on this menu does it show how many required materials you own compared to the amount of required materials are asked for by the recipe. It's just showing you that you need X amount of materials. If you want to look at what materials you have, you have to close the enhance menu, open your inventory, and go to your stash tab. This feels like something that you catch during playtesting. It just feels like a very blatant oversight. The game says it's in beta, but does any Roblox game actually care for the fact that it's an alpha or beta? When the game says it's an alpha or beta, it's just the full release except devoid of content and buggy. Still, Roblox games are the only types of games that kind of get a pass from me because they're kind of low budget. They're basically all free games, and as long as it doesn't shove microtransactions in my face every 12 seconds, it should be fine. Then again, profit margins for devs are kind of slim, so I'm generally fine with monetization as long as it's not predatory, nor doesn't mean that the game experience was purposefully hindered in order to peddle more dev products. After that, you learn to use runes for your gear, and those are just extra perks like burn damage on your weapon. From there, Moro tells you to head to the wizard so we can show you how to use the portal. You can spawn the portal from almost anywhere, and it takes you to different locations of the game. While I'm here, I personally like how much more diegetic this mode of fast travel is compared to most other Roblox games. Magically building a portal from anywhere is kinda cool, I think. From there, your goal is to level up enough to make your way to the Forgotten Kingdom. When you get to the Forgotten Kingdom, Moro sends you to meet Captain Roan to help him protect the town from skeleton rogues. Hey, why just the skeleton rogues? Don't we play as a skeleton? What, are we one of the good ones? I have yet to see any skeleton inclusivity in these communities. When I got into the cave and tried mining basalt, I was like, screw that, because there's no way my dinky little pickaxe is gonna get through this anytime this decade. We're going back to Stonewake's Cross to do some good old grinding. Right now I'm still in the Forgotten Kingdom, but I feel like I've played enough to make a good assessment for this first impression. This feels like the most nothing game for me personally. I saw the dev video and I wanted to like this game, but I never really got hooked. The dev calls this game his dream game, and yeah, okay buddy. Your childhood dream game was to make fish with rocks? On a real note, I made a little endearing comment on the dev's video talking about, oh, this game feels like it was made from the heart. Yeah, call me a cornball all you want, but I was just trying to throw some words of encouragement. Then I got these replies saying stuff like, this was just another slop game. This video was AI generated, and this game was a fish clone. Is this game slop? Most certainly not. Is this video AI? I don't know really. Is this game a fish clone? I mean, maybe? Did Fish invent the concept of a gameplay loop of getting thing using RNG based mechanics to sell for money? Not really, but the Forge puts its own unique twist on things, and I can understand why someone would like the Forge over Fish. This game is pretty to look at, I'll give it that. I feel like I should be hooked on this game more. I personally feel like the big thing this is missing is some meaty bosses. I've only played for like 3 hours, so if I haven't gotten to the bosses yet, I'll probably eat my words, but some big challenge that requires me to have the absolute best gear I can make and has attack patterns that go beyond hit once, hit again, repeat, would probably be a bit more of a motivating drive. Give me a roadblock to overcome. Otherwise, this game isn't really my cup of tea. This is a really grindy game. It feels like no matter how much you upgrade, it still feels like ore takes forever to mine. I might play a little bit more on my own time, but this is an RPG designed like a simulator. This isn't a game you can just AFK, but it's definitely a second screen game where you watch YouTube on the side. It's probably the only reason I got as far as I did. Overall, I give The Forge a minor out of 10, because we all love miners! Wait, before I end, for some reason you need the specific material, large essence, to unlock your gear's rune slot, but like in the early games, the only enemies with a chance to drop large essence are these roided up zombies. Still, even after 3 hours of playing, all it takes for these guys to knock my lights out is a quick 1-2 toodaloo and I'm gone. These guys take forever to kill, and this is supposed to be the baby starting area. Why am I facing against Mr. TikTok undead like a Brinks truck?